Hi everyone, welcome back to a new crypto market video. From Wall Street billionaires to TV sharks, many claimed Bitcoin was worth zero, but today they have millions invested in it. In this video, I'm bringing you the top 10 famous people and companies who hated Bitcoin, had to eat their words, and ended up buying it. Before we start, please don't forget to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any upcoming videos. Coming in at number 10, we have the real wolf of Wall Street, Jordan Belfort. Expert in identifying scams, was sure in 2017 that Bitcoin was one of them. He said it was a bubble worse than the tulips and that people would lose all their money. But what happened next? In 2021, Belfort changed his tune. He admitted he was wrong and revealed that he had bought Bitcoin. At number 9 is Ray Dalio, founder of the world's largest hedge fund, Bridgewater. Dalio doubted that governments would allow Bitcoin to succeed, and in 2017, he said Bitcoin was a bubble. However, massive money printing made him rethink things. By 2021, he changed his view and said, "I have some Bitcoin. It's a small insurance policy against the possibility that fiat money might be in trouble." In 2024, he continued speaking well of Bitcoin, saying that countries won't be able to avoid a debt crisis, and he preferred hard assets like gold and Bitcoin. And in 2025, he upped the ante, stating, "An optimal portfolio would have 15% in gold or Bitcoin." At number 8, we have Ken Griffin, the founder and CEO of the investment firm Citadel. In 2018, he said, "I don't have a single portfolio manager telling me we should buy Bitcoin. There is no need for cryptocurrencies." Then in 2021, he said, "I wish all this passion and energy invested in crypto was directed towards strengthening the United States. Let's be honest, it's a call for us not to believe in the dollar." But by 2024, he changed his mindset and acknowledged that it was a mistake not to have bought Bitcoin sooner. And by 2025, he was already saying, "We could become market makers on exchanges like Coinbase." Bitcoin, alongside gold and silver, leads the de-dollarization strategy. At number 7, we have the financial services firm Goldman Sachs. To me, this is the classic example of being flip-flopping. During the early years of the crypto boom, Goldman Sachs showed a mixed stance, marked by initial interest, but quickly halted by market volatility and regulatory uncertainty. But at the start of 2018, they announced they would launch a crypto trading platform. But the momentum didn't last. In September of that same year, they suspended the platform when Bitcoin fell more than 60%, and internal bank reports suggested that Bitcoin would never come back, turning critical of Bitcoin. In 2020, they stuck to the narrative that Bitcoin was not an asset. But in 2024, their stance changed drastically. Now moving toward active adoption, recognizing cryptocurrencies as a legitimate asset class. By the end of 2024, they reported massive investments in Bitcoin ETFs. And throughout 2025, they have continued increasing their exposure to Bitcoin through ETFs. At number 6, we have businessman Kevin O'Leary, known mainly for his role on the TV show Shark Tank. This guy called Bitcoin garbage and said it was a currency for criminals. But business is business, and O'Leary did a 180, becoming a paid spokesperson for the crypto platform FTX, which was a very bad choice, because we all know how that ended, and he ended up losing millions of dollars. In 2024, he said, "Crypto is growing, it's already a payment system and an investment vehicle." And little by little, he has been allocating a significant percentage of his portfolio to Bitcoin. Now he says green mining will save the planet. At number 5, we have President Donald Trump. In 2019, he tweeted, "I am not a fan of Bitcoin. Its value is based on thin air." He said it was a scam against the US dollar. But over time, he changed his mind. In 2024, he participated in the Bitcoin conference. And in his administration, he created a strategic Bitcoin reserve. And he says the United States will be the Bitcoin superpower. And that's without mentioning all the things his family has done in the crypto world. At number 4, we have the CEO of JP Morgan, Jamie Dimon. This man has been one of Bitcoin's biggest critics, another example of pure flip-flopping. In 2017 he said, "Bitcoin is a fraud worse than tulip bulbs." Then in 2021, completely ignoring the code, he dared to say that he didn't believe there would only ever be 21 million Bitcoins. But on the other hand, the latest report JP Morgan presented to the SEC shows they hold approximately $343 million in shares of the Bitcoin ETF IBIT. At number 3 is the billionaire Mark Cuban, who is also known for being an investor on the series Shark Tank. In 2017, he said that Bitcoin has no future as a currency. And in 2020, Cuban said the famous line, "I'd rather have bananas than Bitcoin because at least I can eat the bananas." But in 2024, he changed his thinking, and today Cuban is a crypto maximalist and has invested in Bitcoin, Ethereum, Polygon, and NFTs. He admitted he was wrong and that Bitcoin is a store of value superior to gold. At number 2, we have the very famous Michael Saylor. In 2013, he tweeted, "Bitcoin's days are numbered. It seems like just a matter of time, same as online gambling." But in 2020, Saylor had an epiphany, saying that Bitcoin is a swarm of cyber hornets, and he converted his company MicroStrategy's entire treasury into Bitcoin. Today, he is the biggest Bitcoin evangelist in the world, and MicroStrategy currently holds 649,870 Bitcoin. From saying Bitcoin would die, he went to saying it will live forever. At number 1, we have billionaire Larry Fink, co-founder, chairman, and CEO of BlackRock. In 2017, he said, "Bitcoin is used to launder money." In 2018, he said, "There is no demand." And in 2023, he changed his mind and said, "I have studied Bitcoin, and I was wrong for 5 years. I believe Bitcoin is a legitimate financial instrument." Fink not only changed his opinion, but he also launched the most successful Bitcoin ETF, and currently, BlackRock is the largest holder of Bitcoin in the world. Approximately 777,972 Bitcoin. It is important to clarify here that these BTC are not direct property of BlackRock, but rather back the issuer's Bitcoin Trust IBIT. Well friends, that's all for this video. I hope you liked this info about the people who hated Bitcoin and ended up loving it. If you enjoyed this information, please share the video and give me a like. And if you are new around here, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. See you next time.